Hello and welcome to Warren County Library System and our Upcycled Maker Club for Monday afternoon. My name is Sandy Roberts and I am the Makerspace Coordinator for the Warren County Library System. Today is National Origami Day, so I thought it'd be really fun to do a couple of origami projects in honor of the day. Now, we're going to have a lot of fun with paper folding. We're going to do some fairly traditional, fairly simple origami projects. Our first project will be a butterfly, or you could call it a moth, I suppose, if you prefer. And so we're going to do a butterfly, and then we're also going to do a really fun ninja star. Both of these projects are actually from the Big Book of Camp Projects, and we're going to be using those instructions today. You can get that at our library. And in fact, that book includes ways to make light-up versions of this. So this is our origami star that we're going to make, but this one actually has LEDs. So we're not going to go through the whole circuit part of it today, but if you want to take your origami to the next step, I'll post a couple links to some additional projects, or you can grab the book from the library. You may remember earlier this year, we did this little firefly for Maker Camp over the summer, and that one is another light-up. And for that project, I actually talked about just using aluminum foil and some other common things that you can find around the house. That one's got a little green light on him. So you can search through our YouTube archive and through our Facebook videos and find that one. I'll try and post it in the comments as well. That's another fun origami project that you can do on National Origami Day. So since this is Upcycled Makers Club, you could, of course, use your standard origami paper. Easy enough to get your hands on, but this is a great opportunity to use up old gift wrap that you might have sitting around. Just cut it into a nice square. You can use newsprint. They make really cool looking origami because it's so colorful. So like a sales flyer can be really good for origami. I like using like your ShopRite or AMP or one of those types of things. Those make nice, and they're thin paper too, so it works really well for origami, and they're really colorful. So you can use a lot of paper that's around the house, or even scrap paper that maybe one side of it is used and the other side isn't. You can get some really interesting effects using those kinds of papers for your origami. You don't have to use fresh origami paper to do origami. Any relatively thin paper will work. And so copy paper works too. So I do want to encourage you to kind of think outside the box as we make our projects. Upcycled paper works especially well for our ninja star, where you kind of want two contrasting pieces, and you don't need solid colors at all for that project. We're also going to be making a Luna moth, so sometimes those beautiful colors actually look more realistic than a solid color from an origami paper. So think outside the box there. I admit I am going with just some origami paper for convenience and to make it easy for you to see on camera, because one thing about patterned paper, it can be harder to see the folds. So I'm going with bright colors just so that they're easier to see. But I do encourage you to try other materials. A quick reminder, I am following along on my phone, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer those questions. So why don't we go ahead and dive right in. We really only need some paper, our hands, and our brains. So let's get going. Switching cameras. Okay, here we go. We've got some paper. I do have some Google eyes and a glue stick too, because sometimes it's fun to add Google eyes to stuff, especially our little moth or our little butterfly. Now I am just going to take a moment to put on my glasses because I do need them, and to get out my book with my instructions, because I will admit I always need to follow along with the instructions when I do origami. I am not so adept at it that I can just do origami without paying attention. So I'm going to go with green, and I'm going to make my butterfly a bit of a Luna moth today. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but they sell origami paper that glows in the dark. And it makes really cool butterflies and insects for origami. So if you can get your hands on that, you can order it online. It's really fun to do. Okay, so we are going to start with, this is a 4x4, I believe. Yep, 4x4 sheet. If you are using regular paper, the easiest way to make a square from a rectangular sheet of paper is to just take one corner, fold it up pretty much as far as it can go and press down, really get the corner just perfect, like that, and fold it. And then all you need to do is trim right along that edge and you'll have a perfect sheet of square paper. So if you're using old copy paper or anything like that, you can very easily make a square. This is also useful because if you take a piece of copy paper, cut your square, or maybe even a heavier, thicker paper and cut your square, you can then trace it onto old wrapping paper or newsprint or anything like that to make your origami. So I just want to mention that. You do not have to start with origami paper. I am for simplicity's sake. So I'm going to turn my origami paper so that it's in a diamond shape. I'm going to start by folding the top point down to the bottom. And I know you're going to see a lot of the top of my head today because I'm looking down. Going to unfold, rotate 90 degrees. This is a good use of our geometry, right? 90 degrees and fold again. Okay, and so we went from a square or a diamond into a triangle. So there we go. That's our first. Now, a lot of times you'll see in origami, we do folds and we crease well, and then we unfold. And that's okay. That's supposed to be. That's what we want to do. So now we're going to flip the paper over, orient it as a square. Right? Nope. Diamond again. Take the top point, fold it into the center. And again, this is all setting up the folds we're going to need for later on. And we're just going to crease those very nicely. We're going to do the same thing from the bottom up. And then each side we're going to pull into the center as well. And you can tell I'm taking my time. I'm doing my best to really get those folds nice and straight because I will be rewarded later by taking my time now. This is one thing that origami teaches us, is that we want to pay attention to precision and we want to really look for the details. So we're going to fold all that, open it up, and flip. Now we make it a square. Now we are going to take our top edge and fold it to the middle. And again, all these little folds we've done are making it easier for us to find where we need to fold it to now. I'm going to just carefully, again, making sure it lines up nice and neat, folding along there. And again, all these written instructions are available in my book, and I will post links as well if you don't have time to go and get the book from the library. We also have, our library has a great collection of origami books. So there are so many wonderful books that you can celebrate origami, National Origami Day with. Okay, so we're going to fold like that. Now we turn, again, that 90 degrees, and we fold to the center one more time. Creasing very well, using our fingers. If you want to use a popsicle stick or a bone folder or a marker or a pencil to really crease that, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so, and like I said, I'm just checking my instructions. I have found it's always best to make sure that I'm checking what I'm doing. So I'm going to open my top folds. Aha, okay. So now we are going to start forming our shape for our body of our butterfly. So we're going to open up here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to open and I'm going to take this point and I'm just going to pull it out and fold that down to create a little bit of a wing. Okay, we're going to do it again over here. So I'm going to take the point from right here, pull it out, and fold it down. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. We're going to fold this out, find that point, pull the point out, and on the other side, find the point, pull the point out, and there we go. Now we have a six-sided shape, which you may know from geometry is called a hexagon. Yes. Okay. Flipping the page. So we are going to, yes, this is the part that I struggle with sometimes, but I know that I can do it. So I want to rotate 90 degrees. I'm going to fold the points down and out to the side, like this. Okay, crease that nicely. I'm going to flip my paper, like, I think like that, if I recall. And then I'm going to take the top down and fold it. So now I'm basically creating, I have most of the shape of my butterfly made now. Okay, so did you see what I did? Let me go back and show you again, just in case. So here, sorry, I creased too well. So where did I lost my hexagon. So I folded down so that the points came out. I flipped like that. I rotated, and then I took the top point and I folded it down at the center. Okay, so now we have the basic shape of our butterfly. We are going to take the right side and fold over the middle, creating an isosceles triangle. This is where it starts getting a bit more challenging, right? Okay. And we fold that. Okay. Now, from the top of the triangle, at the right angle, I'm going to fold the other point up and out. Okay, that's right. So what we are trying to do, I'm going to show you, these are going to be the back flaps of our butterfly, and these are going to be our wings. So what we are doing is basically creating our little butterfly like that and like that. Let's see how well I did. This is the part I always struggle with, I will be honest. Oh, there we go. Nope, I did it wrong. Every time I want to do it the opposite way of the way I'm supposed to do it. I do not know why. And I have done these. Yep. Okay. I've done these many times. Many a time. Am I still on camera? Sorry. It's tough to do origami on the camera. I will be honest. I want to double check my, so these are going to come up like that. I want that to be my V. What have I done wrong? Okay. Oh. Okay. Fold up. No, I have definitely made a mistake. I'm going to go back for 1 second. See, I practiced too early ago this morning, and I should have practiced now. I see what I did. I think I see what I did. I want to... Sorry. I practiced this morning, and I should have practiced closer to doing the video. This is what happens. I want that. And of course, I did not remember to bring my... What am I having trouble with here? Why is this giving me issues? Okay. I have my triangle. Holding the top of the triangle at the right angle, fold the other points upwards and out, forming the wings. Up and out, forming my wings. That should, oh dear. I may have to start all over again, my friends, because I have made, okay. Okay, so there we go. I think I'm going to have to start over. Somehow I reversed myself, and I am not sure how I did it. Who knows? Who's out there and can help me? What did I mess up? I am doing this over and over again, and somehow I am managing to do it wrong. And I even have the picture of what it's supposed to look like. See? Like this is what it's supposed to look like, and somehow I am blanking today. You ever have one of those days? I bet we've all had one of those days, especially lately. I feel like those are the kinds of days we're having. because I know that I'm folding it the opposite way of the way I'm supposed to fold it. I think I need to go like that. Okay. Took me a minute there. Sometimes, okay. So I was like this. I needed to fold it like that, back and out. And back and out. My apologies. There we go. Finally, I got it. See, sometimes we just have to persevere a little bit, and we're rewarded by trying and trying again. So I will post the step-by-step instructions because that might help you. But there we go. That is our little butterfly, or in this case, I'm thinking it looks more like a Luna moth to me. And I was just folding it I was folding down instead of out. I don't know. Hopefully, I will do better with our Ninja Star, which is next. So I'm going to put my butterfly aside, and I'm going to get 2 colors of paper for the Ninja Star. And I'm going to zoom out. Whew. That was embarrassing. Isn't it fun doing live? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go with some bright colors here. I'm going to go with maybe some yellow and blue. And like I said, this is where it's really fun to use like old wrapping papers in different colors and stuff. These you can make all day long. We love to make them for camp all the time because they're just a ton of fun to make. So you're going to need 2 pieces of your star, for your star. So 2 contrasting pieces. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold each square in half and you're going to crease it well. So we're going to do the hot dog fold, right? The long way. Crease that center. We're going to do the same thing for the second. And for those of you sticking with me, thank you. Okay, so now for each of them, we're going to open. I'm going to fold the outside edge into that center. Now, some instructions that you see for this will tell you to just cut your origami paper in half and use a half sheet. I try not to cut when I'm doing origami because it's not technically origami. And I also like the added weight that the thicker paper gives you. That the extra fold gives you a little extra weight to that paper. So folding that in. We're going to do the same thing to the second piece of paper. Folding that in. And again, I'm using the same 4-inch paper, but you can use 6-inch or larger. This particularly works really nicely with larger paper. So you don't have to use the same smaller pieces I'm doing. I just know if I use larger paper on the camera, you can't necessarily see what I'm doing, and that can be a challenge. So I'm just going to then fold along that edge. I'm going to bring it all back together. So now I have this kind of thin strip of origami paper with the fold on the inside. Okay? And like I said, some people prefer to cut their paper in half and do it that way. I don't. So now you're going to take each one, top of the piece, fold it down to the bottom. And again, you want to be nice and neat here. Really line that up. Your attention to detail will be rewarded. So there we go. Crease that well. Do the same thing with the other piece. Here we go. So, and then we're going to go ahead and open them. Okay. Now this is where we're going to start having some differences in our creations. So I'm just making sure that I have these guys reflected, basically mirroring each other. Okay. So on one side, we're going to take the top corner. We're going to fold down and across. We're going to use that center line to guide us and crease that nicely. Same thing on the other side. Again, just using that center line to guide. Okay, there we go. So now we've got opposite directions. And for a lot of this project, we're going to be doing the same thing to each paper, but we're mirroring the way that we do it, so that when we put them together, we've got kind of 2 pieces that are similar, but opposite. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to fold the bottom up and opposite the first one. So like that. It kind of makes a weird, like maybe an S shape I used to have a toy that you could fold like this. It's like all kinds of triangles connected on an elastic string. And it used to make shapes like this. Okay, so again, I'm just going to try and keep mine oriented so that I've got them mirroring each other. Okay, great. Now I need to flip each piece so that the top point folds. Okay, so we are going to flip. Oh, wait, nope, I'm not there yet, Sandy. You're getting ahead of yourself. This can be a little challenging because you are working with two pieces all at the same time. All right. Okay, we are going to flip. We are going to flip here like that. Ta-da! And we are going to now, take the top point here. Can you guys see this? I'm worried that I need to zoom in a little bit, but then I don't want to lose the whole thing. So I'm going to kind of make little points now. So I'm going to take the top, fold it down and in, creasing it well. Again, this is one that's really helpful, especially if you're working with thicker paper, to have a like a popsicle stick to help you. Okay, so I did one side. Now I'm going to take the corner again. I'm going to fold it up, creasing well. Okay, so that's kind of the shape we're going to have there. And we're going to do the same thing. Oh, you see what I almost did? I almost grabbed the wrong corner and folded there. That wouldn't have been good. I got to take the far corner and fold it down so we get the correct shape. Okay, so far corner and in. Okay, again, they should be mirrors of each other. Now, we're going to flip one piece and place it on top of the other. So you see what I did there? They're facing each other. They're the same. I'm turning one over, placing it on top of the other. Okay, we're very close to finishing our ninja star at this point. Now we're going to start tucking. Okay, and this is where you kind of you're going to have to wiggle it a little bit. So lining this up nicely. The first point we're going to fold again on that center line that we have. We're going to fold on that center line, crease it, and tuck it inside the opposite paper. Okay, you see we formed our point. Kind of nudge that over and do the same here. This is going to start, and you can see how, like I said, this one is a nice one to do with larger paper, just because this gets very tight to work with small paper. Tucking, tucking. Okay, so you can see how that's been tucked in. Now we flip carefully. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. And again, I will post step by step. I think I can post step by step of this one, or it is in the book. And a lot of origami books include a ninja star. It's one of the more popular designs to do because it is fun and it's very pretty. And you get to throw it around and it's cool. All right, so you see I tucked, kind of nudge that in there, get that nice creased. Last one, this is always the hardest one. Always the hardest. Whoop. Okay. Am I still on camera? Sorry. Doing my best to stay on there. And this is the toughie. You really got to kind of fold it and wiggle. Get that tucked in. That last, whew, I got it. Yay. See, that one went a lot more smoothly. There we go. Press it all down, and there's your ninja star. And like I said, you can make this as big or as small as you want. You can do all the same color. I really love doing it two separate colors, but it flies really well. And I've even seen these made really, really tiny with wrapping paper as earrings. These make really cute earrings. You can use these, you can do a whole bunch of these and make a garland of them. They're really fun. So there's our ninja star. Here's our butterfly, which gave me lots of trouble because, you know, something has to. But those are 2 fun origami projects for the day. You can also, like I said, check out our Facebook feed for the little firefly and even learn how to make the firefly light up. And the project I'm going to post for the butterfly actually has a way to add antenna that light up on that one too. So if you want to try some light up origami, that is super fun. Okay, switching back over here. Thank you so much for visiting today and for putting up with my my butterfly defiance. But this is the important thing about being a maker of any kind, whether you craft, whether you code. Sometimes things are going to go a little wrong, and you're going to have to stop, step back, and think about how to fix that problem. And that perseverance is a big hallmark of being an amazing inventor and creator. So I hope that you will take out some paper from the trash bin or the recycling bin and have a bit of fun today with origami. Check out warrenlib.org, warrenlib.com or .org, and I need more sleep or more coffee. If you take a look at our catalog, you'll see that we have a bunch of origami books. Check out Hoopla. We have digital ebooks with origami projects. So there are so many easy ways to find fun projects for origami today. And I hope that you will do that. Okay, my name is Sandy Roberts. I'm the Makerspace Coordinator for the Warren County Library System. I host Maker Monday every Monday at 3 p.m. with fun, exciting, upcycled crafts and other inventions that you can make. Next week is believe it or not, National Button Day. So we'll be using all those random buttons that you have sitting around the house for some really fun craft ideas. I hope that you'll join me. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.